Welcome back. There's been a barrage of news, the most recent and the most important one for all of us, not in the markets but in the country as well, is the fact that IMD believes that rainfall this year would be normal. The El Nino impact likely to be felt during the second half of the monsoon, something that SkyMet had said as well. The only difference is SkyMet believed that rainfall this year could be slightly below normal, whereas IMD believes it could be normal. The difference in absolute terms, SkyMet believe that there would be 94% of long period average rains, whereas IMD believes there would be 96%, and the spread would be pretty even as well. Sanjay Manyal, who is the senior research analyst at ICICI Direct, joins in to discuss the impact of this on the consumption space in India. Sanjay, thank you for joining in. Everyone was pinning their hopes of demand revival in rural India on monsoon predictions and how monsoon actually pans out. Would you make a call or a prediction on your demand estimates basis the IMD announcement that has come by?
So it would be very difficult to do that, because I think there is a very sort of impact of the El Nino which has been mentioned. One of the US agencies, NOAA, has mentioned earlier that there is a very high probability of El Nino between the June and September, which is a monsoon period in India. Yesterday, SkyMet has mentioned below normal monsoon, and it seems that today IMD has mentioned normal monsoon, but the impact of El Nino would be felt in some of the months of these 4 months. So it will be difficult, but at least one thing is sure. When we see the data of last 2 El Nino years, which is between 2015-16 and before that 2009, these were the 2 most prominent years where the El Nino impact was there. And in both these years, we saw that there's a 10% decline in the rice crop. There was a huge decline in the sugarcane crop, and both these decline in agri commodities impacted the rural income level, as well as the the volume growth for the major rural dependent FMCG companies like HUL and Dabur. Both these companies fell in lower volumes during these El Nino years. We were estimating that the impact of rural growth was pretty prominent from last 1 year because of the high inflation, and recovery would incur probably in FY24, but because of the El Nino, we believe that this recovery in rural income level will be prolonged.
Okay, by the way, all these stocks, right, that have a rural exposure are looking pretty good. All the two-wheeler guys, whether it's Eicher Motors, Bajaj Auto, M&M, you even have something like an ITC that's at a fresh 52-week high today. In fact, Sanjay, I wanted your thoughts on ITC itself. It's been a dream run for that stock. It's already up 20% this year, and we're not even done we're just done with 1 quarter of the calendar year. Do you think it can build on to its gains? Is the risk reward still favorable for investors at this around 400 rupee price?
So we are positive on ITC. One of the reasons why it has seen such a good run, all the businesses have really been firing on all cylinders. Basically, whether if you see the cigarette business, because of stable taxation, as well as on the crackdown on the illicit and the contraband cigarettes, there's a huge 12-13% volume growth in the cigarette business, which we have not seen in last so many years. At the same time, after the post-COVID, when there was an increase in mobility, FMCG business, education, stationery business have seen a strong growth. At the same time, paperboard business prices were quite high last year, and that has seen a very strong growth. I think cigarette volume growth, we also estimate that the current quarter will continue to see the similar kind of volume growth. We are expecting 13% kind of volume growth in ITC. So probably the rural growth may not be very important from the other business, except the agri business part perspective. But I think all its businesses are doing pretty well and will continue to do well in the current quarter.
Okay, it's definitely been a dark horse, ITC. But Sanjay, just leave us with what would your top pick be in terms of an earnings expectation, say in the short term, which is the stock that you would be looking at most closely for a positive surprise from this earnings season in the FMCG space?
So ITC is one of our top pick in the entire FMCG space. The other stock which we are looking is the Tata Consumer, which we believe the change in the management in the last 2 years have sort of benefited the company. Moreover, we also believe that they have forayed into multiple categories in last 2 years, which will probably propel the growth for the company. Tea and the salt are the two businesses where the growth has been saturated, and now they're entering into dry fruits, protein-based products, multiple other categories, which probably is growing at a much faster rate. This is the company which we believe will do well over the longer period of time.
Okay, thanks a lot, Sanjay, for joining in, and have a great day. Let's slip into a quick break.